You guys look nice again.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Knees out, sun's out, guns out.
There you go.
Got the muscles out there. You guys out here flat. You guys go to the gym?
Looking purty.
You know, I be trying, you know.
I go to the gym and watch everybody work out.
Who's
That's what
Jim?
you do. That sounds very weird.
Who's Jim?
Who's Jim?
Who's that guy?
He said, who's Jim, right?
I don't hang out with Jim. No friend of mine.
Yo, I just want to tell everybody, please, like and subscribe. Join the YouTube channel. You'll have great content. I guarantee you're going to enjoy what we got. So please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
It's free.
Keep
Definitely
watching.
free.
It's free. Just click subscribe. Support your own.
Support what you love.
Yeah, love is love. Everybody who's watching us on Instagram too, make sure you put this up as a clip, y'all. Everybody who is friends with us on Instagram should be subscribed to us on YouTube. If you're not, you're being lazy.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube.
That's true.
Go to YouTube and click subscribe.
You kind of do have an obligation at this point.
I'm saying, because I woke up this morning out my bed to come here to give you something to watch. So at least you could do is just press the subscribe button. It literally is.
If not, you're going to keep missing the $100 raffle. We keep giving away all this money.
Yeah, you don't we gave away some thousands.
Hit the button.
All you gotta do, one of the episodes, which episodes is 2 or 3? We
Maybe 2 or 3.
Secret, I think it's with the secret.
We got a tablet coming out.
You had to be subscribed, though.
Yeah, you have to be subscribed, but if you subscribe now, it's not too late. I think it's episode 3 or 4. One of the two.
Yeah.
Just watch all of them. And
Just watch all from Kalamazoo. Nancy from Kalamazoo won last week.
All right, guys. First topic of the day. Hide the bodies. Asking about the body count. This one's going to be a messy one, right? I'll lead with this one. Does your partner's sexual past matter? What's an acceptable number? After dating when I was younger for a while, even now I won't ask. I realize it's a stupid question. There's no safe number here for me. There's no safe number that's gonna make you feel it right. Because if somebody fucked your girl before, she just got fucked before. There ain't nothing you can do about it, right? So somebody was before you unless you're marrying a virgin, or you're dating a virgin. So the question in itself, to me, is just dangerous because it leads you down a dangerous path. When you're older, the older you get, just for you younger people, the older you get, the more people when you start dating, the woman's number is gonna be higher. Yeah. You can't avoid that. Just like guys, they say I had a one night stand, they had to have a one night stand with somebody. 9 times out of 10, your girl was probably the one night stand. Or the booty call. She was your booty call.
Yeah,
She was somebody. Somebody was her booty call.
Hewer.
So French hewer. So for me, sexual partners do not matter, and an acceptable number for me is a truthful number. If your number is 60, if your number is 70, if it's 155 or 2, I'm accepting whatever it is. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't determine. Like, you're not gonna know the difference. Because if one guy fucked your girl 1,000 times and 6 guys fucked your girls once.
Mm-hmm.
That's your balance?
That's my logic. That's my logic. Think about if a dude was with her for her whole life.
Rather she be carried by 6. Compose. Does body count matter?
Yeah.
I'm going to say my official answer is no. It doesn't matter unless everybody else knows it. So if I'm taking you somewhere and we run into your ex and then we go out to eat and you used to fuck with this guy and then we go here and you used to talk to this one over here, then that shit is starting to... I'll say this. If your past becomes my present, I don't want to deal with that.
You don't
shit.
want the overlapping?
I don't want that. But do I care about a particular number? No. I'm never going to ask your number for the same reason that you said it. There is no safe number. Even if it's 0.
Have you done it before?
I'm taking that with a grain of salt.
Have you done it before? Have you asked that question before?
No. See, this is another thing that I kind of get bothered by. I don't want you to offer it to me. One, because if the number sounds exceptionally low, now I don't fucking trust you outright because you just volunteered a lie. I don't need that. I didn't ask for it. I didn't care about it. The only thing that I would be concerned about is if you dated somebody that, again, I know or I'm associated with, then you should be honest in that sense, because I think there's generally going to be some discrepancy there. If I know somebody that you dated, maybe I don't want to date you, or maybe I'm not bothered by that person. But like you said, honesty is probably the best policy, but I'm never going to ask for a number.
How about you, Stu? Does the body count matter?
No and yes.
And what's the acceptable number for you?
I don't want to say numbers because I don't want people to just be like, hey, making up stuff, you know, when they tell you stuff. But for me,
Let me ask you, 30. If a girl says, I fuck with 30 guys before.
How old is she?
No, your age now. If a girl says, I've been about 30, 40 guys.
That's a lot, bro.
That's a lot for you?
It's a lot, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? For me personally.
I didn't interrupt you, my black brother.
Nah, but for me, it don't and it do, but it don't really matter because I'm not going to ask like you said. I'm not going really in. But now, if you at the same time, I want the honesty. If you do say without me asking you and you tell me a number, I respect that. And we always have this saying like she was once somebody to jump off before she got with me. Mm-hmm. You know, she was once somebody freak or whatever the case may be before I got her. Mm-hmm. Like you said, like she's a virgin, so it don't matter. But like he said, I don't want to be in a situation where your past is overlapping with me or we in certain environments that, you know what I mean? Because as men and women, we are dating or you're in a relationship with a woman, you don't want nobody to really be able to talk about your woman in a certain light or have that kind of conversation. Like, I'm with you and we out and we all in the same setting and Duke over there talking to, you see that nigga over there, bro? Mm-hmm. I done told her, you know what I mean?
I call her cola.
Yeah. You just don't want that in type of scenario with you. So it don't matter, but it do matter.
What you got, Big? It does not matter.
It don't matter. It don't matter because I think it does matter. I think it does matter for men. For men.
Whoa.
I think it does matter for men. Because we always highlight like all the good parts of like racking up those numbers, right? Like he's more confident.
Experience.
His experience where he
knows
knows
1,000 women, like that kind of conversation, right?
No, not just that, but we never talk about the downfalls of that, right? Because now you've been kind of a merchant for like heartache. Right? No one ever says that, right? Like, it's not like, oh, he's a heartbreaker. No, you broke hearts. Like, you actually bothered a lot of people. So I don't want to, like, I don't want to be the guy who's
What if they broke my heart?
Yeah, I'm certain that somebody left you. Yeah. But let's be honest.
Not
in
really,
this
but go ahead.
in this just a scenario, bro.
I was just saying, I was trying to be the victim. I was trying to play the victim. What if they broke my heart? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Anybody ever do that? Yeah, but I think it does matter for men. I don't want to be a regulator of women's bodies. That's not what I want to be.
No.
But I do want to address the fact that when we rack up these numbers, we hurt some people. Some people, some people wished for, more. And
So the general consensus on this panel is numbers does matter.
It don't matter. We just don't want it. We just don't want it to.
I want to know confidence. Does it matter?
No.
Doesn't matter.
No. Don't matter.
No.
So you could date a girl right now and she could say,
well, they not asking.
Because you said 40. You said 40 was what's
you said 30. You said 30. Don't move it.
I could date him.
30. So
30 is too high. 30 is too high. But the thing is
so there's a number for you that's uncomfortable.
We're gonna say this. It doesn't matter to the point where I'm gonna ask you, but if you relay a number that is relevantly too high, then it matters.
Like, damn, are you a hoe?
So you leave it? That's a deal breaker for you?
I can't say it's a
2-3 months into a relationship.
I can't say like I said, I can't say it's a deal breaker, but it makes me look at you and I just want to make sure whatever we decide to do, I don't want to be in that realm where your past overlapping with what we're doing now.
But that's always going to be the case.
No, it's not. It doesn't have to be the case.
Here's how it's always going to be the case.
Okay, so if we go out right now.
I'm cool with you. Let's just say this, right? Because I've been through so much as a woman, I see that I understand that this is what men are going to do, and I allow you to be who you are, and I'll never bother you about what that comes from experience a lot of times.
Right. And
I think that comes from
I understand
that comes from like hard earned, like knocking niggas down and being like, keep chasing him and making him feel uncomfortable because I want to be prioritized is something that I shouldn't value, but that comes through experience. So choosing somebody with a little bit more experience, they may be closer to that result.
That bothers me more than body count, I think. I think experience bothers me more than body count. I'm never going to ask your number, but again, if we're going to this place, we're going to Miami. Oh, we should go to such and such hotel. It's dope over there. I've been there. Oh, let's go to LA because I've been to this hotel and I've been in the penthouse. Damn, you had a lot of shit that you experienced.
Why does that bother you?
I'm saying in terms of I think you want somebody just like you want a virgin, somebody that you can cultivate experiences with. Now, if she's been everywhere, you can't show her shit.
All right, well, I don't like that. I like somebody who experienced. Now, they said no, they didn't care because they not asking the question. I could hear you say 70 and be like, cool.
I like your smash and grab. Should you ask?
I like to ask. I like to ask not because of like some ranking system or like how do I prioritize. Like, so you got some stories, don't you? Huh?
Is that how you introduce it? How do you ask for the number? How do you ask?
It'll be on. It's on everywhere.
Where the body's at.
You wait. You wait till it come on some random Instagram feed, or you wait till it comes on a TV show.
You wait till 4400 brings up the topic.
Exactly. You wait for 4400 brings the topic up,
you wait for
and then you go.
Moment. You
asking indirectly.
What
about you?
You asking indirectly.
Smash or grab. Should you even ask? Should you even bother to ask?
I don't ask. Like, if I don't know, I really don't want to know.
But you don't know to hurt you.
I
don't want to. What's the name of singing that now?
Isn't that contradictory?
Yeah. Well, it's contradictory.
Because you say prep me and let me know that I can't go to certain places because a lot of niggas know you.
No, I'm not saying that. I said I don't want to be in a situation where you dated people that are affiliated or associated or around me. That way, that's going to be a problem because now.
Why would that?
Because in my listen, we as being a man, we all territorial. We want if that's your woman, you want to be able to walk outside and be like, hold your head up high. You don't want to walk outside and have to look at her and we going somewhere that in a normal setting that we going to.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on you on that one. How could you say that and then at the same time you can have a crazy body count like a woman don't want to walk outside of like I'm with the community property?
See, at the end of the day, it's a double standard. And that's pretty much what it is.
I don't even like it. I don't like the double standard.
It's a double standard in everything.
I don't think any woman wants to walk outside and be like I was with Stu and some girl sitting across the table talking about.
Yeah. I don't like that double standard.
I think it's a double standard because like I said,
that you created.
But in episode 1, like let's be for real, all the girls wanted the guy that all the girls wanted, right? Mm-hmm. So if you was that person, use that person. So what is that? Now it's my turn. I got him now. All the girls want him.
But you want the girl that we all agree upon.
Nah, I didn't say
How you think we all agree?
See, that was a good one. But I didn't say that.
I'm gonna go back to the because she don't even taste like nothing.
But look, if we got listen, if we sit here and agreeing on it, like, and then I don't want it.
Mike, should you even ask?
No, don't ask. Again, there's not going to be an acceptable number. And if the number is offered and it's way too low, then you're not going to be willing to ask any more questions. If I know you and I can at least look at your social media and I could probably pick out 4 or 5 and then you tell me your number is 2, why you do that?
Why you lying to me?
Yeah, like I would, like he said, I'm not going to be cool with 70. But if you came at me and you gave me an honest answer, all right, cool. I can move on from that. But I don't want you to volunteer some bullshit in hopes that I'm going to be the dummy that's just going to be like, oh, okay.
I need to know how you racked up 10 in that year. That's a nice story. Tell me about 2006.
Tell me about the time they got fucked you and didn't call you back.
Tell me about 2006. 2006 must have been lit. You put up 13.
So for me, I know I agree with him because it's like
wildin'.
No, because first of all, your girl
she put up 13 in the year.
It's possible. It was 2006. Bow Wow was out,
and you're okay with that.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got to be honest with yourself. Again, if you say you out here fucking, then you fucking somebody, right? And you don't call them back, that ain't on them.
I think 13 is bad for men.
So again, I'll take it back to fruit. Food, not fruit, because we was talking about fruit before. I got a lot of numbers that were fruits. I got some Cinnabons too. But
my point is, I agree with him in that sense because I think your girlfriend
by
your
name
wife
alone
is supposed to be your friend. And at some point, at first, the natural, original conversation shouldn't be there. But I think y'all should grow into the point where you can laugh about, one time I was fucking this girl, or one time I was fucking this guy, and whatever. I think you should be able to grow into that.
I'm never introducing that joke. That shit ain't happening in my house.
Because there's funny things that we have like amongst us that we could laugh about that's 20 years ago.
Yeah, I could laugh about middle school shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll get
20 years ago, we was in college.
Yeah, if our number changes from 5 to 8 while y'all dating, that's a whole nother problem you have to deal with because y'all still dating, so her number shouldn't go up. But at the same time, if y'all having the conversation, I mean, me personally, I think it would be healthy to be able to be like, yo, I used to fuck with this cornball at XYZ and this happened or whatever.
Semi-smash and grab. Does a celebrity matter? If she dated a celebrity or got popped by a celebrity? Yeah.
No, penis is penis.
No?
Nobody does.
No. I'm a celebrity at this point, so anybody who fucked me, you know what I'm saying? I told you I'm bigging myself up every episode.
You better call it significant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Good
know.
save.
I'm still scared.
So look to yourself.
Didn't
I'm in an abusive relationship.
Self-pass.
I'm in an abusive relationship. All right. So, people, please go into our comments. Let us know. Does numbers matter?
Put your
Should
number
you
up.
ask?
Let me get your number. Put your number up there. And let's discuss
Don't put
it.
your number up because that's going to be a divorce and, and our subscribers are going to go lower.
Let's discuss
so
it.
just tell us, do numbers matter? And do you ask?
And
Should
if
you ask?
If you got more subscribers than us.
If you have more subscribers than us, then send those subscribers over here so we can ask them the same question. All right, the iPhone in the sky, geo-tracking and sharing locations. Do you have an open phone policy? That's for you, Ubika. And what are your thoughts?
No, I don't have an open phone policy because it's just not something that we, or me or anybody I would be talking to would. I'm just saying, there's nobody I would be talking to would be asking me that kind of question, primarily because they know what will be in there. Like, it's not like...
Tell us.
It's not like... they'd rather not shatter that
image
What's
or
in
whatever.
there?
Whatever y'all got.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
things that they never gonna understand. You listen, there's a lot of stuff in you're never gonna understand the types of relationships that people have, right? Like I've had clients that I've had to deal with, and then I gotta go pick them up again, right? But I did see that she posted on Instagram, and that was a cute dress. Now I'm in the text saying, "Hey, look forward to picking you up tonight. You and your girls look beautiful." Why the fuck you going all the way over there?
She's in the right.
What do you mean?
Right. Why you complimenting?
Because that matters. Business matters. Tips matters. You don't like tips?
I don't know about
the tip
personal.
drill.
Come on, man.
You talking about the tip from Tip Drill? That video was popular.
You have me with a luggage.
That was like the infamous late night video ever.
Yeah,
like,
I know when you was up when we was in Pratt. You know you was up to that.
Shit.
Broke that little side piece.
That wasn't no late night. I had it available for me at 4 o'clock once I got out of school because I recorded it. I had it at 4 p.m.
I was watching BET Uncut. That's when you know you was wilding.
Yeah.
Stu, what do you got? Do you have an open phone policy in your relationships, and what are your thoughts?
No, that's not that I don't have an open phone. It's there.
You are a double answering mofo. Low. Let me
It's
ask you this
there.
again so you
It's
can answer
there.
this directly.
Listen,
it's not that I don't have
flip side of
No,
the phone.
don't hit me with that. I want you to answer this question directly, my brother.
Okay.
Do you have an open phone policy?
If it's mutual. If we both got have both got have an open phone policy. I can't be the only one open having my phone and you hiding yours. So if it's open, it's open.
So the question is, do you have an open?
that shit locked?
Stu's like,
Listen, bring it right back. Hold on.
I got a policy, but it's locked with my fingerprints. If you got my fingerprints, go ahead.
if you got my face on your body, only his daughter's opening his phone. You got anything else?
What if you use the baby face? Oh, God.
She like this on the baby
What
face.
if the baby face work?
My son's phone, I don't know if it was just a malfunction, but my son opened my phone one time and it had me messed up.
Uh-huh. You're like, oh,
like
no.
I said, it got to be mutual. I don't have a lock phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we on that type of time, we on that type of time. I don't have nothing.
Yeah, my phone is only locked for burglars, you know.
Yeah.
It's the only reason why it's locked. I don't want somebody snatching my phone if I drop my phone.
You said a burglar?
Cat burglar
How
with
many
the fucking...
victims of a burglary?
I dropped my phone. I've dropped my phone before.
Burglarized.
You've never lost your phone?
My phone.
You don't want people just getting access to your
that
phone.
Shit wasn't a burglar.
Hold on. I'm going to go to Mike because y'all two right here.
What? I just said if it's mutual.
I'm gonna
if
tell you
it's
something. Y'all both from
mutual, it's
Brooklyn, right?
mutual. Yes.
Y'all went to the skating ring back in the day? That's what it is? Y'all learn how to skate?
Yeah.
Both hands behind the back, just skating across these topics. Go ahead, Mike. Do you have an open phone policy and what are your thoughts?
I mean, if it's mutual.
Mike broke that shit down quick as shit.
I don't know if I have a policy. You can use my phone. You can't investigate my phone. I'll say that. So if you
So what you using the phone for?
And my phone is dying, can I use your phone? Let me call my job and tell them I'm gonna be late. All right, cool.
Oh
Call
no,
your
she
job.
set you up.
2 minutes later, Who the hell is Keisha?
See, you got set up.
Oh, no, dear Keisha.
Keisha ain't in the 10 numbers that you just had to dial for work. So why are you going through my phone trying to find shit knowing that you asked me for another reason? So again, you could take my phone. You can
I would suggest
my password is available, or I'll open the shit for you and just walk away. I could care less about it.
Well, I would suggest you cut that out.
Why?
Because my phone is my phone. Starting to have the other person's phone in your hand.
I have nothing to hide.
Because all it takes is a wink emoji coming across the top of the screen to.
But I understand what you're saying. It could be somebody else is doing it. But because I have nothing to hide, I don't mind offering it up.
But that's the other phone.
If you're asking, I used to have 3
That's what I'm saying.
And that was an issue. Why are you taking both your phones to the bathroom? In case both these shits ring. Like, they're different phones. But,
both of them ring.
Hello, it's us. Yeah.
We doing
what we do.
Just forward the call to the other phone.
T-Mobile, this is Sprint. What you doing? That's it, though. You can use it. Don't investigate my shit.
Do I have an open phone policy? Somebody asked me. I want to be asked questions. I want to be cool.
Hey, do you have an open phone policy?
No.
Hey, what about an open phone policy?
No.
Context.
No. One, I'm a union representative. There's personal stuff that people say to me or text me that is not up for discussion. So that's a privacy moment.
Nah. Give up the slow clap for that, my brother.
Yeah.
Did you see how he did that?
No, and also too,
he said, I got confidential information on here.
Friends. There's times I talk to Stu, I talk to you.
He said sometimes I talk to the president.
If you text me something that's personal, at the end of the day, I don't want my I don't want my significant other. Gotta catch myself.
Save it. You gonna get slapped.
Yeah. I don't want my significant other saying like, "Oh, Ibika's going through what?" or sending me a screenshot or whatever. That's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is, I think I hinted towards this earlier on in one of the other episodes, it's our last line of defense for privacy. You could be as silly as you want. You could be as funny as you want. Somebody could be as flirty as they want towards you. And you get to handle it the way you want to handle it. Because a female may be coming on to you in your phone or say something flirtatious to you, and it's just honest. And vice versa, even for my significant other. Somebody may be saying something to her, and she may not be courting that emotion, but at the same time, she's not upset at the emotion because sometimes you want to feel like, I still got it. So somebody can be like, yo, Stu. Somebody can be like, damn, Stu, you look really good today on this episode. Whatever, I saw your episode. You look really good today, right? Mm-hmm. You could just be saying thank you. You feel good about yourself, but you're not rejecting it. Now, if your significant other is reading that message, why is this bitch talking to you like that?
Yeah, they expect you to shut her down.
Yeah, in a certain way. And guys are the same way because they're looking in their girl's phone and they're like, why is this guy talking to you like this? And at the same time, it's like, if you think your girl is beautiful, everybody else think your girl is beautiful.
I got you. Right? I got what you're saying.
Remember, we all agree.
Yeah, we all agree.
I like how you cleaned it up, but go ahead.
No, that's my thought process.
Listen, brother, I ain't mad at you.
I got it.
Does it make a difference if they're seeking attention?
So for me personally, yes.
If you put up a photo of yourself in, say, a bikini with your ass out, and there's 60 comments from men, should we just ignore that?
So this is my thing with that, right? And that's a topic that we'll get to at a later date with the Instagram, with the photos and all these thing and my thing. So me personally, speaking for myself, I don't want my girl on the internet with her ass cheeks out.
I don't think no real man
if her
really
yams
wants
is
that.
out. Like she went on vacation. She went on vacation to St. Martin one time, and she sent me these photos that were beautiful, like really beautiful. I said, "Damn, I think I'm." To me, I'm like, oh, she's like a little model right now, right? Like, yeah, where she? Send her home with you right now. No, just kidding. But no,
He's scared.
I'm getting beat out here in the streets. Hell,
got the shakes
with the blue face and what's the Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, I saw the pictures and I wanted to make. I was like, I'm about to make this a screensaver or something like that. But I'm like, damn, I don't want Stu to pick up my phone like, damn, these some big ass titties. And now you're like, now we awkward for the next 6 episodes. So I think
so you don't want them posting.
Not
You can
pictures
post
like
it.
that.
Nah, I don't think
pictures
like that's just a line of disrespect. It's just a line of
I don't want
respect.
everybody else girl posting that either. Though.
Yeah, this is
Me
just a line
neither.
of respect.
I don't want.
I'm cool
Yeah, I
with
don't-
banning sex.
I don't
yo.
even watch sex scenes. I don't like sex scenes in movies.
I'm
Yeah,
not liking none
absolutely.
of your wife's pictures, none of that shit. Even if it's a
That's
regular
different.
ass picture.
But that's
a
weird,
conversation
though.
we're gonna get to. I was gonna bring that up as one of the topics in the future.
Yeah.
Why you just flex your bicep? I touch your bicep like that.
because you like my wife's picture, no.
I didn't like it. I love that. I put the heart. I put the heart and I put the eyes.
The like
All right.
and the follow.
Yeah, I had to follow. I clicked the
You
subscribe.
subscribe to my wife?
I did. I subscribed to her
Don't do
Instagram.
drugs.
Okay,
do
last
my
thing.
wife.
Last thing. Smash and grab. Get in and get out. Would you share your password or your location?
Yes.
Why?
Because you got to be comfortable with whatever it is.
I like it. Would you share your password or your location?
Yes.
Why or why not?
I don't have a problem. I ain't got nothing to hide.
You got nothing to hide. Okay. Would you share your location, password or location?
I've done so. I've done both. I've shared both. It wasn't my preference to share location. It was like, yo, I'm
Run
gonna
that
share my
shit.
location with you. By default, yours is coming back to be shared with me.
Oh, that's the thing? Is that what happened?
Nah, I mean,
That's
even
what I was
sharing,
told.
but you only
Oh,
sharing
you got
location.
trapped.
That's what I was.
You keep. That's the second. This is the second trick. You got.
This is the thing. I don't care because I'm not hiding.
I need to protect you, bro.
But it's,
No, you don't.
It's, like
second
in
time.
sharing
Stay
location is in a reference
with
of
the coffee ladies.
like saying like, yo, where you at? So I just want to know how to get there. I'm gonna show you my location so you can get to the place where I'm going. Now just for me just sharing location, just be sharing
But
location.
that was.
Or
This
make
is to be
sure I made
saying-
it.
That was the
safe.
other part
I'm leaving
of-
work at 2 a.m. Just track me. Make sure that I'm
That
not
was
getting an Uber going north. Like if it's used for what it's supposed to be used for safety and just to be able to track.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yo,
what
we're
I mean?
all old enough to know that you don't speak to people till you get home and check your voicemail, and then you call that one or two people back.
That doesn't
and-
mean that fucking sex
No,
traffickers
but
aren't taking
what I'm
grown
saying
women.
is my entire life has been built on that. Me, with my job, I love the fact that I get to be missing, that I don't have to respond to people immediately.
You spoke
Like,
on that in the previous episode.
Yeah.
You don't like that responsibility of texting and stuff.
no, I don't. Like, why do I have to keep you along the day?
keep
Like,
you in the loop. But like I said, is this all in the realm of what you in the contents of what you sharing your location for? If I'm sharing my location, like, yo, this is where the spot at. This is where I need you to meet me at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm sharing my location.
Well,
I'm
I'll
just
send
not
you the spot
randomly.
address.
Drop a pin, right?
If I
Yeah,
say
drop
I'm
a pin
getting
and
out
stuff,
of
I'm
work
not-
at 4:00 and I end up going to the gas station, you call me at 4:15. Where you at? That's different. It's like, why are you checking up on me?
but that's
not
exactly
it was
what
for.
happens at 4:15, whether she say something
I
or
think you
not.
cultivate that type of behavior because only thing it is if somebody feels insecure about
Right,
it, then
so-
it chimes
That's what
in.
you're saying. There's
It's-
got to be a
it's-
distinction.
it's-
What do you want this location for? Is it because you're insecure or because you have an actual concern and for my safety?
I don't care what the reasoning
Or you
is.
just
I
want
said
to meet
I'd
me
be there at
somewhere.
7:30.
I'm just saying, meet me
At 7:30.
This
Here's
is the
the
location.
7:30 address.
There you go. That's it.
7:17. You don't need to know where I'm at.
No, that's all. I'm sharing where I'm at. Or you be like, how far are you? And I can
Somebody
just
gotta
sit
ask me
you.
the question. Yeah, I just gonna talk to you.
Okay.
Cause I'm
Well,
so-
Would you share your
Your
geolocation?
The iPhone in the sky.
okay, I like this.
Yeah. Would you share your password or location with your significant other, not person?
She's a person, beautiful person.
I'm trying to throw you
I
a
love
bone,
her.
bro.
I love her. No. I feel like there's no reason for it. I think we've created a world. I grew up in a time we didn't have cell phones. We were just out chilling. I think it creates a level of trust deficiencies,
Insecurities.
insecurities.
What was wrong with the street light?
Yeah,
Just
and,
wait. I'll be back.
I'm cool with a beeper.
and I think
4 minutes after the street light has always been the rules, man.
I think
Yo, the beeper was okay. You hit me, I hit you back.
No, I think it's a level of insecurity that gets highlighted and we placate to it so bad that it was like, oh, you got something to hide because it's like I'm here right now, right with you guys. I'm shooting right now. I already told you I was leaving to go shoot 400. That's it. Anything that happens in the middle of this span right here, you expect me home or to be where you are at a certain time. I get it because your only concern should be my safety, not whether I'm coming home because I'm doing something else.
But this whole dropping a ping thing is already been taken way out of context. That's not what it was for. Again, for children. If your son or daughter is a youth and they have a phone, you want to be able to track them and see where they go.
Right.
Now, boyfriends and girlfriends are going, oh, drop a pin.
Nah.
Give me your location. That's not what the fuck
Nah.
I'm for. I'm
That's-
grown.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying
nah.
don't do it.
That's what I don't do that. That's what I'm saying. It's only in the contents of yo. I need you to meet me here. That's why I'm giving you the, dropping, because I'm here, meet me here, XYZ. I may not know the address, but I'm going to drop the pin to you, and you can meet me there. But other than that, that's it. I'm not sitting here like, yo, every day, this is where I'm at. Let me drop the pin. No, I'm not doing it. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need no babysitter.
Let me tell you the real reason why you shouldn't be sharing locations. Because you don't want to know where she is. I promise you.
Because if she's somewhere for 30 minutes and she answers her phone.
I've had that happen before. What? I had somebody call me. Again, you shared your location and you called me and be like, hey, what you doing? Shit, I'm at the house. Oh, I'm over here at my cousin's house. Your cousin where? On Myrtle? Yeah. Why are you volunteering to lie to me? I'm not even asking. I'm not looking. I'm not concerned with this. But you're volunteering to lie. It's showing you over here on Bedford. You on Bedford. Oh, no, we're going back to my cousin's house. I'm just letting you know what. Nah, I don't fucking trust you. Now I don't even want, like you said, I don't even want to see this no more. I don't even want to share it no more.
That's why I said you shouldn't even play that game.
That's why
location thing.
I don't play. Like I said, it's only in the reference of meet me at a location.
Yeah, you're a skate. Yeah, you, my friend. I'm gonna go get your skates from the car. You like to skate.
How am I skating? I said that from the beginning. I'll drop the pin if I need you to meet me somewhere.
Take your you talking to me, young man.
Listen here, brother man.
Yo, listen here, man.
Listen here, brother man. I said I dropped the pin if I need you to meet me at a location, and that's it.
I'm gonna leave this with you, Stu. Time versus money.
Time versus money. So the reason why I came up with this topic for time versus money is because I don't think females or just in general people understand if you want time, that means less money. Unless you're making a buku amount of money or you have a job that's giving you where you don't have to be to do the day-to-day, then you're able to be there and chill and give that person that time. So now that we're trying to, females are saying, I want a man that makes a certain amount of money, you have to put a exuberant amount of time into that job or whatever business you're creating in order for it to succeed. So you be able to have that expectation, to have that financial pocket of change in the bank or cash roll for you to be able to entertain a certain type of woman. So time versus money. I can't give you too much time if I'm out here getting to the money. So if you want to expect the time, you got to not put it with the money. So if you want the time, don't look for the money or look for the goal of saying, he has this and this and that, and he's in this caliber, or I could be able to do this, this, and this with him. You got to expect to understand that, if he gives me a whole bunch of time, he's not making a whole bunch of money. Now, if he making a whole bunch of money, my time may be not where I may not want it, but it's not where I want it to be, but I'll be able to benefit and be able to have a good foundation with him doing what he needs to do as a man.
I thought to you, Mike, time versus money.
When I initially heard the topic, I kind of structured it as what was more important to me. And I think time is the most valuable commodity we have on earth. Money, it does a lot for you. But if you think about it, a millionaire is going to die tomorrow. You can't take that money with you. So the most precious thing that you have.
You're going to live comfortable, though.
That's fine. But again, if I gave you $1 billion and told you only had a week to spend it and you was going to die, or would you rather just be poor and live out the rest of your life? Give me the time. I'm going to take the time.
I've heard that trick on Instagram.
That's the truth.
No.
Give me $1 billion, I'm buying a cure.
What am I dying from? I'm going to fix it. That's the whole... Even if
I made it a week in a day.
That's the Magic Johnson rule. But I think money is the result of trading your time. So just like he said, if you're expecting somebody to be making a certain amount of money, understand that they're going to have to trade a certain amount of time to bring that level of comfortability to your life, to their life, to whatever your expectations are for that person in their exchange of time for money. And with that, I think that given the chance and given the opportunity, I would forego trying to make a lot of money if I knew that it was going to benefit me spending more time with the people that I cared about.
But at the end of the day, you have to spend that time in making that bread and making that money. So now you can hire people to do the work for you. So now you have more time to hang out and do whichever you want to do. I
think that, again, it comes down to preference. Some people want to live a certain lifestyle and have these certain things attributed to them, so they're willing to work longer. Whereas some people, I know people that literally get off work, all they want to do is go to the store, grab them a beer, and chill on the couch.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you, for me personally, I want to get the money so I can live a certain lifestyle, so I can buy certain shit, and I can do certain things. That's what I want to do. Now I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna bust my ass now to I'll be able to retire. So when I get to that age, right before I can retire, all my bills is paid, house mortgages is paid off, my car notes is done. I don't have no overhead. I can sit back and enjoy my money and let it work for me. I can spend time with my grandkids, children, whatever it may be, my lady, you know, that I'm dealing with, and I can have a great time. That's what I want. That's why you work hard now. Everybody want to have fun and then later on figure it out. You need to work hard now, get the shit out the way, so later on when you want to chill, you can enjoy your life. Because the later years in your life, you want to have more time to enjoy it and instead of be working.
I thought you be. What you got?
I think that money is huge, right? Like, it's huge.
Can't do nothing without it.
Yes, you can. You can spend time.
Do everything.
You could spend time. So when I was gonna bother you just a bit
go ahead,
in the beginning.
I appreciate it
because you said in order to be with a certain caliber of woman, right? So it's like that. I get that you've later said since in that you would. It's your lifestyle. But you also want her to match your lifestyle, so you have to like do doubly as hard, right?
Not saying
essentially is what I'm getting.
You want a partner that's on the same light way.
Double. We're not gonna do double.
I'm saying as I like a certain lifestyle, right? And when I spoke before, I wanted a person that understands the lifestyle, and I want them to have the same goals and aspirations as me. And that's when I say by lifestyle, goals and aspirations. I want to have, like I said, my biggest thing, I tell my daughter, you do not feel that you cannot feel that you cannot have the house with the white picket fence. I don't care what nobody tells you. I want you to have that. I want you to see it. I want you to achieve it. And that's what I want. So I'm going to work hard. I want the person who I'm my significant other to do the same thing so we can achieve those things and we can move forward in life and we can provide.
Okay if she doesn't want that?
Well, if she don't want it, then I'm not. What am I doing with a person who don't want to achieve anything? How am I getting to the next level?
No, they want to achieve something different.
But what do they want to achieve? Listen, I'm saying this to say this, right? You want to have time to spend with a person, but where you having to spend the time at? You need a place.
Miserable at a place.
You need a place, a location.
Yeah, but what if yours is, I want to take all of this money and get us a real nice mansion, and hers is, I still want to spend the time with you, but I want us to have a regular house and a vacation house. You still looking for bigger things, but you got two different ideas.
Okay, now if you say that, and I got a rebuttal for that. Now, that's a good idea. If you want us to have a nice-ass house, but we still live in a nice community,
so it's
that's
okay
fine.
that hers are different.
It's okay if hers is different, but we still got to have an achievement that we're trying to do. Now, if we have the vacation house, right, that's an extra income. I go down there for vacation. What the house is doing for the rest of the time? I'm Airbnb in and out. So I can afford to have that rental house, and we can continue to have that rental house because it's making me money. So now I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. But if you tell me, if I'm sitting with a woman like, nah, you know what, I don't want to move here, what options do you have? What are you bringing to the table to sit there and justify, I just want to spend time and do what? We're going to spend time and you want things.
Another reason why I was like backing off or bothering you about it is because I also want a certain caliber woman too. And the woman that I want too is someone who values time as well. So I guess with your focus, your focus has always been in the right place, which is put the money first and then acquire the time with the money.
That's
right?
it.
But because the people that I've dealt with in my life, I remember during the pandemic, there was a time when every woman in my life needed a hug.
Right.
They didn't need no money. They didn't need things taken care of. They needed someone near them to be near them and be concerned about them for whatever reason. It just was, I remember that. But I couldn't, yes, at that moment, of course, it's like you should be going to go to work. Fuck that hug shit. There's money out here to be made. But it's pandemic time, nigga. Go get it.
But you know what it is?
But
I don't mean to cut you off. During that pandemic time, the world stood still. So it was a lot less movement going on. So now when it's a lot less movement, you have idle time to sit here and reflect and think about certain things that you wouldn't have done or thought about.
But now back to the reality. There goes gravity.
There you go. and that's what it is. Like the world stood still. So of course, people, you ain't got to get up in the morning and go to work because you know where you going. You can't do nothing. So
like I said, start a Netflix series. I like time.
You know what I mean? And like I said, time is great. It's not wrong, but we got to get to the point where, all right, what's more important? Just to sit here and look at each other and spend time with each other, or us get to a certain place where now we comfortable and we can have the time. We can create businesses like what we doing right now. We starting this stuff so we can have a legacy for our kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
that's
Swinging
it.
over to 666. What you got? Time versus money.
Oh, you guys had touched on a lot of stuff, but I'll say for me, I hate to sound like I'm piggybacking off Stu because you guys said some real sentimental stuff to two of you guys.
Yeah. But I realized that this is where it was getting divided.
But this stops right here because for me, and I have to say that you need money. We can sit here and talk till we blue in the face about whatever. In order to eat, in order to function, in order to the person that's sitting across from you to feel comfortable, you need money. So time is nonsense. It's nonsense. It's complete nonsense. Because you can sit there and spend all the time with somebody you want. When you can't provide for them in a certain way,
that time go out the window.
They're gonna request somebody else's time that can provide for them.
But if you got no time left, how do you provide for them?
Well, you talk about the end of the movie. I'm still watching the beginning of it.
We talking about time.
No, you talk about you told me you gave me one of those if you die next week things. Right now, today,
yeah.
I need to get my ass up and do something because you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna sit there with you and y'all gonna sit there and watch TV in the crib and it's gonna be all good and we gonna drink or we gonna smoke, whatever your preference is, and we chilling. And 2 days later, she gonna want to do something.
But that's because
when
it's
you can't
hard.
afford to do
It's hard. But it's hard for a woman to be sitting there.
I was gonna say, is she gonna be there? If you're only focused on money, then you're not gonna
It's
even
hard
have time
for
to
her.
spend.
But
with
then
her.
she listen.
And then she can play with her feet.
Yeah, there
and
you
that's
go.
what I'm saying. And that was one of my. And that was one of my. And yeah, she can play at your house. Y'all can play bro games together. At the end of the day, that was my decision on picking my significant other too. When I was young, especially when I first got on my job, I worked a lot. I still do work a lot, but I work a lot to the point where people that I was talking to, or even thought to think, hey, maybe that you want to do it in a different direction. You can't. Nobody's gonna understand the fact that you got to get up every day and do this type of job every day, that you're getting up every day, you working every day to make nothing. To make nothing, to do nothing.
Do the smash and grab priority, rank them 1 and 2, time versus money.
Money, and then
Money,
time.
then time.
Money gives you time. Money buys you time. You can buy time with money. You cannot, if we go out right now, we try to pay for the studio in time, then they kick us out. Get out. That's what they're going to tell, hey, we got some time. We all got some time. We'll work or whatever.
Time to pay for
you
stuff.
You don't pay time for anything. You pay cash to pay for your time that allows us to be here.
How do you get money though?
Gotta work.
You got to work.
You got to go there and give them your time.
I have to give them my time.
So you're still. I'm saying you're trading time for money.
Oh yeah,
I think that.
Because that's the value. Because it's the value. Because you're not able to provide for anything. When my son gets up,
I'll say this that it seems to be missing. It seems like you guys are really good because you've already established that in January you're going on vacation, or in December the family's going on vacation, or in June we go to Great Adventures or whatever the case might be. So that's something to hold off until. But I think a lot of people find that really, really hard to wait till June, January, and December. It just seems like it's such a distant place that they just really want you to a brunch.
Listen, you
can do
time for a brunch, but not an expensive brunch.
My thing is like this, right? So if you do all these little brunches and all this little stuff in the middle, and then when I go, I've been to, you look on Instagram, because this is what happens to everybody. This is just a natural thing. And you go, damn, I never been anywhere. That becomes a problem because the person that's sitting next to you is like, I want to go to Aruba. I want to go to the Bahamas. I want to do this.
I want to go to
but
Dubai.
You never did it. But you know what you did? You got your ass up and went to the same funky ass movie theater that you didn't need to go to. You then went to some funky ass restaurant that you didn't need to be at. You did all this dumb stuff that really
along the way. That is the right answer. I want to keep reiterating that is the right answer.
A date night. You can have a thing to do then, but when you consistently keep doing things that's like a poor man's luxury, then at the end of the goal, you don't get whatever you want. Unless,
is there in-game time?
Unless, like you said, nobody wants to do that.
The reason why that is the right answer is because the movie theater, the bowling alley, all that other shit don't count when I want to go to Aruba. Because now you just a nigga who can't take me to Aruba.
There you go.
Yeah.
You the worst man in the world.
Yeah. That's why I know that your answer's right, but along the way, it's hard because she keeps sending me notifications about, it's restaurant week.
Oh, and that's when you tell her, we want to Aruba.
Is the end game for
Even
you,
if
is the time, is the end game time? Because he said that he's going to bust his ass now so that he can have time later. So the end game ultimately is going to be time, but is that the case for you, or you just always want to make money?
No, I gotta speak for me on this one. I feel guilty. Like, perfect example. I leave out the house and I see my kids, and if I don't see them, like, I feel bad when I'm working so much and I can't see them. So hopefully it's that. But I don't know how you turn that engine off. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I turn the engine off from trying to create a legacy for my kids. And
that's why we doing 400, so we can do that. That's why we doing this now.
Maybe I've cultivated that idea and I didn't understand where I was going before, but I knew that. What's your legacy? What do you want to be remembered for? Who do I want to be? When my name is said, when I'm dead, what do I want my kids to say about me? Oh, he loved me. He spent a lot of time with me, but I've been dead and I got a whole bunch of shit. I don't want that.
Or do you want them to say, yo, my dad really loved me. He went to work all the time and sent money back.
It's what happened to all of us.
Yeah,
but I think I value the time I spent with my parents more than the shit that they sent.
But I understand as an adult, my dad working 2 jobs to take care of us. I value that shit way more than, unfortunately, I'm like, yo, he's a real one.
Yeah.
To be able to raise these kids and to be going to work and busting your ass and whatever he was making back then, that wasn't money. I was saw one of his old pay stubs and I'm like, he actually paid rent and took care of us and kept us in decent clothes. Yeah. Like, that's not money.
So again, me as a little boy, I traded that shit at the drop of a hat, because I told y'all as many times as my father went to jail, he had money. Mm-hmm. We always had money until he was gone. Mm-hmm. So I looked at it like, I don't give a shit about that money. I want to spend time with my dad. I want my daddy here. Mm-hmm. So that was my concern. So I think that's probably where it continued to translate, is that I want to spend as much time with my daughter as possible. I know that means I got to go and bust my ass at 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 days a week. But the end game for me ultimately is, how do I maximize time with her?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this, because this is something I understand what you're talking about. I do for myself. So usually 9 times out of 10 when y'all see me, who you see me with?
You
see me with her. So I pretty much incorporate in everything that I do on a day-to-day. So if I'm going to the barbershop, she coming with me. Wherever we going to the basketball games, she coming with me. Whatever I'm doing, I bring her with me because I don't feel like that I need to exclude her from me, because I ain't doing nothing that needs to be excluded from her.
But she also loves her daddy and wants to be up underneath you.
She loves me and she wants to be underneath me, but at the same time, I get up every morning at the same point. I get up 3:30 in the morning. You know what door I'm knocking on? Boom, 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 boom. Yo,
you kissing her?
I'm leaving. I'm going to work. Oh, you going to work? Oh, Dad, it's so early in the morning. I just went to sleep, because you know kids want to be up all night. But I do that for a reason, to show her, like, I'm making a sacrifice so you can live in this nice house with 4 bathrooms and chill.
I'm gonna take a shit in one of your bathrooms.
I don't care. You can do that. I just spray air freshener. But you know what I'm saying? But like, that's the reason why I do it. I bring it. This is why you got to prioritize certain things. If you want to spend time with your child or whatever the case, yo, you know what? People bring their kids to work. You're going to learn how to do this family business, because you know what? Now we spend more time together. You could be my accountant. You could be my assistant. You could do whatever I need you to do. Go run to the store, do the errand boy, errand girl, whatever it is, because that's what is incorporated. Because you want to spend time, I want to spend time with you. So this is how we're going to do it. You're going to learn the business.
I like it. Because unfortunately, we're on the bottom of the totem pole in life. All of us.
Yeah.
We're not, financially, we're all on the bottom of the totem pole. We all are. And the only way to climb that totem pole is to incorporate change in the dynamics. I'm not Mark Cuban.
The fact that you went there, you're not Mark Cuban. But we live a luxurious lifestyle. We blend and mix up what luxury is all the time. Like, it's just standard that on the way home, stop by Junior's for me.
Yeah.
See, and that's another thing too.
On the way home, pick up XYZ, and just on the route home is $120.
Yeah,
like that's all luxuries, because we're not doing.
But if you spend too much time, then you ain't gonna be able to stop at Junior's. You'll be driving.
No right or wrong answer.
Nah, it is a right and wrong.
You're gonna be getting
Their answer is right. The problem is that it feels.
It feels wrong. It's morally feels wrong. It feels, honestly, we should be able to spend time and not worry and value money, but you just can't take time with you.
Can't take it.
You can leave money with you. You can't leave time with you either.
You can leave.
So people always say that you could die tomorrow, but you can't take your money with you. You can't take your time either because your shit expired.
Yeah,
that's why
and you could leave something back. Whatever you make, you could leave to your legacy.
Yeah,
that you know what I'm saying. My daughter's.
So we all say, oh, well, so and so had a head start. You know, like think about the time when our kids. I didn't have a house or nothing left to me. Like right now, my kids. When I go, my kids have a house. My kids have 2 houses. They have cars, they have stuff, they have things, materialistic stuff that they don't have to worry about in life. Now they can just worry about living. Mm-hmm. You know, I had to worry about getting 20% down payment for a house. You don't have to. They don't have to worry about that.
I'm saying that there's no wrong answer because, again, it's dependent on the person. It's how you feel. This is all opinion-based shit. And me as the little boy whose daddy was in jail, I wanted him. But the little white kid that gets PS 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I don't give a fuck about your work. Just give me my stuff. So it's based on the person, what you value more than anybody else. But I don't think that there is right or wrong to it.
I like that one. All right, let's move on to this last topic of the day.
Revelations.
I'm not saying this in the Beyonce voice. I'm trying, as I'm repeating it, I'm trying to.
I do it. Go ahead.
All right, you do. You say it in this voice.
No, you do it.
You got it, because you did the dance and everything.
I get to introduce. You ready? Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. We're discussing independent women. I think I'm going first, so you got to read me the first question.
All right. You read yourself the question and asked yourself. That might.
I didn't read the question. I read the title.
That might make you crazy at this point.
I read the title.
How do you view independent women?
I think there are 2 types of independent women. The first one, I'll call it unspoken. I'll say there's unspoken independent women, and I'll get back to the subcategories on that. But the second one is that there are the declared independent women, the women that want the title, that want to tell you that they're independent. I don't need a man. I don't need nobody for shit. I got my own bills. I do this. Going back to the first type, the natural, unspoken, independent women, I think some of them are independent by no official choice or declaration of their own. There's widows who've had their time with a man on this earth and they don't desire to seek another one because that was who they were connected to. There's divorcees in that same vein. I was married once. I'm never going to do it again. I'm not looking for a man. The third one would be, I had a teacher. I won't say exactly who her name, or rather I won't say her name or even what subjects she taught, but she was asexual. She owned a farm. She had no interest in having a husband or a man. She had her own self-sufficient job as a teacher. And on her farm, it was shit like
she had a mini horse.
A whole horse. She had a horse that slept in her bed with
go.
a dog.
I knew it.
With a dog, a sheep, and a rabbit.
Yep.
She cared about nothing but her animals. She was asexual. She did not.
Oh no, she wasn't asexual.
Let me finish. Let me get 100. She was asexual in that she did not desire sexual contact from anybody. She was an independent woman, but she wasn't stomping her feet telling men that she didn't need them and they wasn't shit. And I think the third subcategory to that is just hyper-focused women who aren't declaring themselves as independent and they're open to meeting somebody. So they're not saying, I'm only focused on my studies, I'm only focused on my master's, only focused on my thesis or my career. I'm not going to entertain men. If a man comes along and understands that this is her priority and you're still willing to be there, those women are still open to potential relationship or exploring life naturally as you would. As opposed to those who declare that I don't need a man, I'm an independent woman, men ain't shit, and I don't need this, girls trip and all that. I think there's nothing wrong with either one of them, but I think only one group recognizes their outcome.
It's true. Independent women.
I'll say this, right? Pretty much what
How do you view them?
I view them in a good way and in a bad way. It's depending on how you handle your
some skating mofos.
No, listen. It's depending on how you handle your being an independent woman. Like you said, you one of those people that, I'm independent, I don't need a man. Now, I can do things on my own. Now, be careful what you say. Be careful how you act. Because if you go down that road, don't be mad when a man look at you like, I don't want to be bothered with you. Or take you in the realm of like, well, since you're so independent and you don't need nobody, hey, be by yourself. But if you're saying if it's in the form of I'm independent, I'm doing what I need to do, I'm taking care of myself, but I'm open for another person to involve with me. It doesn't mean man or woman or whatever the case may be, or however you want to live your life. That's on you. But you're open. You're not shunning no one out. And I think for saying an independent woman, I think for African American women, I think we shouted that out and we did a disservice to you. They did a disservice to themselves. In the realm of I'm independent. You're not. A man cannot approach you. A man cannot sit here and sometimes make gestures to you because you feel like I know it all. I don't want to take your advice because I'm independent. I don't need you. And if you feel that way, then you Xing us out. So you don't hear other races saying I'm an independent woman, but you hear one particular race saying it more than others, more than anybody. I don't really hear Asian women saying I'm an independent woman. I don't hear Caucasian women saying I'm an independent woman. I don't hear Hispanic even women saying
this is
I'm
a first world issue though, because you don't even hear black women or African women saying that in other countries that are not first world countries.
Like I said, you don't hit, and that's the problem. I feel like that's a big problem. It's nothing wrong with getting to a certain point and proving that I'm worthy of being this person in the job field or being able to provide in the economy or have some, foundation. But when you take it to the whole nother level, then it's a problem. And I think that's the problem I feel with it.
I think the look that Ibika gave you, his answer is going to be completely different. He's trying to disassociate himself with.
Trying to connect this to
what
food.
you said, yeah.
Come on.
No, I'm just saying independence is where I just was wondering how independence played into as I was listening. Since you brought up my facial expression, as I was listening, I was trying to figure out like. So let me go to me first, and then I'll explain why I was looking at you. So when I think of independence, like I said, because I prioritize peace, I need you to be independent in that. Like, I don't want to have to foster your peace as well. Obviously, there's certain things that will calm you down, like bringing money home, right? Like that'll calm things down a bit, right?
That's why you need that money.
That's why you need the money. That's what I'm saying. I agree with all that. But how does that play into the household that I've heard you speak of, where it seems like the woman should be codependent upon you?
It's not being codependent, but it's how can I say?
Submissive.
Not only submissive, but be able to compromise.
I think that's what he's saying. No, I'm not saying
that.
that.
Nobody said that.
I never said that. I said
I ain't say that.
You have to be able to work as a team, and you got to be able to compromise. Like, I think the whole word, if you hear the aggression that comes from I'm an independent woman. Like, you ever do something for a person, right? And then the person turns around and say, you're not even just having a conversation. You be like, oh yeah, you like that. Well, that was nice, but I could do it myself. I could have got that myself. Mm-hmm. That's a slap in the man's face, because the man doing it out of generosity. So the fact that you saying those statements make him feel like whatever I'm doing for you doesn't matter. So if whatever I do doesn't matter for you, if that's how you feel, then you buy your own shit all the time. Then I ain't got to take you out to lunch. Buy your own damn lunch.
We should have said that during the chivalry segment.
But that's what you want, right? You kind of want.
I'm not saying that I want a woman that understands. Like, we are a team. If I'm dating you and if I'm dealing with you, we work together. That's not me saying, hey, I'm an independent man. I don't need you for nothing. But you hear me throwing that in your face?
But you do.
No, I don't.
You threw it in her face on like episode 3.
When I said what?
That this is my house, bitch.
No.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, you establish like this. You establish like heavy grounds of like you kind of run things, right? Which leaves a woman to be if you're driving, then I gotta wait till you come around with the car in order to get to where I need to go.
See, that's the problem. See, you talking about waiting around? She has her own car. She don't gotta wait for me.
I'm talking about theoretically in a relationship.
In a relationship vehicle, right? If we dealing with each other, and this is what I'm saying. If I have something and I establish something from the ground up on my own, right? Now, I will never come to another place. You can't come to a woman's place. You can't come to a woman's place and tell her how to run her household. Can you? Can you?
It depends.
It depends on what? If you bringing in what?
Okay.
All right then. Okay. So if you can't come in my household. If I have something already established, you can't tell me how to run what I already have established. But if we working together and we establish something together, we have to come to a common agreement compromising with each other, and we have to comply and be like, all right, what is the goal? Like he said before, if I want to buy a mansion, and she like, no, let's not buy a mansion, but let's buy a nice house. But then we get the vacation home. That's an agreement. I can comply to that because you know what? I see the financial benefit from it. It makes sense. But if you sit here and tell me I'm an independent, I don't need you for nothing, I could do everything on my own, then it makes me look at you like, yo, what you want? You want to be by yourself all day? That's how I take it. You want to be by yourself all day. I'm independent. I don't need no man for nothing. All right, so be by yourself. I'll go with somebody that's going to sit there. We could work on something. We could build something. And I don't want to fail.
So you do value independence,
but to a certain, I value independence to a certain degree where it's not in the realm of I don't need you. Or me. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying need the other person. I'm so independent. I don't care what nobody does for me. And you should care what somebody does for me, because when people do things out of courtesy of their heart, it means something. So when you sit there and like I said, I'm independent. I don't. Only black women.
Tag him in because I want.
Only black.
Tag him in because he's sitting over here quiet. Tag him in because y'all on the same team anyway, and I would love to hear how you.
Only black women say that.
I feel like I'm just keep like chopping back at him. You know.
Go ahead. Only black women say that, bro. I'm an independent woman. Go ahead.
How do you view independent women, or even the term independent women? How do you?
I think it's a beautiful thing. I do not agree with that. It's like that is a black woman thing. I think it's a woman thing. I think that's the.
So you hear other female races say that? I'm an independent woman?
Oh,
yeah,
I did.
What the race?
Well,
those every last person who's ever hit any height of any job of anything
is the first
will tell you
that they're the first women that did it.
Not just the first, but they'll tell you that they the shit, and I don't care what race that is.
No, they're in power couples. They're in power couple relationships.
If they do
like Nancy Pelosi.
Listen,
her husband got his ass whooped. That was her husband.
No, but she's like a power figure. Like she's the first woman speaker. Like that type of stuff.
But she's
like,
not sitting here saying.
But that happens at McDonald's
She's not
too.
sitting here saying that.
I'm just
she's not saying I'm an independent
some of the
woman.
actions. So again,
you're married, you're not an independent woman.
Is that how you separated it?
You said Nancy Pelosi, she's married.
No, but he just used the example like being with a...
Independent women are not married.
If you don't know how to turn it off, turn off that aggression, that's where I have the problem with.
So hold on. So now, so you asking me how do I view an independent woman? So if we're separating from saying just a woman who's not married, who's take care of themselves, self-sufficient.
That's great.
That's what I'm going to...
Right, because that's what I said. When you were saying that, the way I interpreted the question was a woman married or not married being able to hold their own. A woman who, like he said, almost, lets you know that whether I'm here or not.
That's the sub-question for self-sufficient. But I think self-sufficient is different from independent women.
Okay. Well, if you
I think independent women is a mindset.
So if you're talking about, I think it's a mindset too. That's why I didn't associate it with the relationship type. But if you had it where it was like you're talking about women who have, who were able to raise 2 boys or able to raise the kids herself. I think that's dope.
That's dope. That's definitely dope because she did it, but I guarantee you she's not sitting here screaming to I'm an independent woman.
But even if she is,
I'm an independent woman.
Let me say this, even if she is.
That wasn't her goal to be an independent woman.
And that's what I'm saying. You got 2 kids. You think you having 2 kids and you going out here saying I want to be by myself with these 2 kids?
That's a result of actions. Whereas we're talking about the women who make a clear choice that I'm going to be an independent woman.
Okay, so let me just say this. Even if it was circumstances, I still think it's dope. I think that if you're able to carry anything independently, I think it's something that you toot your own horn for, because you can't always wait for somebody to toot your horn. And if they take it upon themselves to toot their own horn, then kudos to them. You know what I mean? Stu don't wait for everybody to tell him he fly. He tell you he fly any chance he get.
I do. I know like I'm fine right now. I know.
So that's the same thing with independent women. I think if a woman does something where it's accomplishment like raising some kids by themselves or being a woman who, or sometimes that's the role. And I'll be honest with you guys, as men, we do make it hard for them, like being bosses and stuff like that. When they are our bosses or things of that nature, men don't treat them the same way. So I think we try to take a little bit of advantage because it is a woman and they have to carry themselves in a certain way. Like in my job right now, I had 2 female bosses, and I do understand the dynamic when at times I think that the guys do stuff that they wouldn't do if I had a male boss. Right. So sometimes you push the limit, and then women have to grow that strong that stance where it's like I have to overly be aggressive because if not, you're gonna try to push over on
All right,
me.
but what if it's not in the workplace? But what if it's just in a common place with you and your significant other? When do you turn it off?
I don't think you turn it off because do you turn off this fly shit? Because no, you don't. Because I remember one time we was at your crib and somebody moved the table or something. And I said when he come down, he gonna fuck all y'all up. You remember that? When it was like water outside or some shit.
Yeah.
I said this is the type of time he on. When y'all move this table, he gonna fuck y'all. I ain't participate in nothing. And as soon as you came downstairs, you was like, yo, why the fuck y'all moving my table? You start lifting. I said, I told y'all, because you like that all the time.
No, but what I'm saying, but not to the next person. Like that's something you moving my furniture. I'm very particular about my furniture. All right, I'm
like that with everything.
No, but I'm saying I would never sit there and make another person because I'm this person feel inferior because of who they are. Now and that be, even if, you know what I'm saying, that's what I feel like it is. I think a lot of times females coming in this notion where I'm independent, I'm this, I done made it to this pinnacle, like you can't tell me nothing, and I can't.
It's a struggle to get there.
It's a struggle to get there, but you got to know when to turn it off, though.
I hate to keep harboring on feelings, but you walk around here like you don't need me because you at work. You don't give a fuck about spending time with me because
I didn't say I don't care.
Hold on.
I didn't
This
care.
is her perspective. This is her perspective. You don't give a fuck about spending time with me because you got to go get this money so that we could go out in June because we got a family trip planned.
I'm about to show
and
you.
that's what I'm
pay my half or whatever.
Yeah, but you acting like you don't.
An independent woman with a mustache.
Yeah, I know I look like one of them strong.
I get you. I didn't
want to say the word.
I'm still not going to say that.
That's it.
I look like I got a stepson.
Smash and grab. Smash and grab. Smash and grab. Are there any, this is very quick, very to the point. Are there any benefits to dating a self-sufficient woman?
Yes, I think they're not afraid of contribution. They don't mind going in their pocketbook or purse to pull out their card to pay for something first. And I think either directly or indirectly, she's going to push you to be better because you're already watching her as an example of being better.
Stu.
Pretty much what he said. I think is benefits to it. You could move the pendulum and y'all could start creating legacy. That's what I say.
Nah, she got to be totally dependent upon you. Now get out of here. I'm fucking. Of course she got to be.
What about you?
And that's
it, guys. 4-4. Next week, episode 10.